If we look for the common terms in the first and second term, we're going to see that they both have that x plus 2 squared. They both have x minus 3 squared. They both have a 3. So I'm going to factor out a 3. I'm going to factor out an x plus 2 squared. I'm going to factor out an x minus 3 squared. That's going to leave me with just the x plus 2 from the first one. X plus 2 squared has been factored out. The 3 has been factored out. The x minus 3 squared has been factored out. So that's going to leave me with just a minus 2 from the second term, all over the quantity of x minus 3 to the fourth. I've got 2 of those up top. I've got 4 on the bottom. So the 2 on top will cancel 2 on the bottom. 3 x plus 2 quantity squared times x plus 2 minus 2 is just x all over x minus 3 squared. Factor out the lowest degree. The lowest degree is -1. So I've got an a for both of them. The lowest degree is -1. I'm going to pull an a to the -1 out. What's that going to leave? And I'm going to have a 2 there as well. So I'll pull out the 2. I'll pull out 2a to the -1. Let's see what that leaves me with. I pull out a -1 from a positive 1. 1 minus -1 gives me a squared. Minus the 2 came out, the a to the -1 came out. It's going to leave me just with an x all over a squared. So I pull out the lowest degree, and then just like I did on previous problems, we look at the top. What do we see? We see that we have an x plus 1 and an x plus 1, a 2, and a 2. X plus 1 is -1 is the lowest, so I'll pull the -1 out. 2, x plus 1 to the -1. I'm going to have x plus 1 to the first, take 1 away. 1 minus -1 is 2. So that's going to give me x plus 1 quantity squared. I'll have minus, the 2's out, the x plus 1 to the -1 is out, and I'll have minus x there. All over x plus 1 quantity squared. That is 2 times 1 over x plus 1 times, I'm going to FOIL out x plus 1 quantity squared, x plus x squared, plus 2x plus 1 minus x all over x plus 1 squared. So that's going to give me x plus 1 to the first, x plus 1 squared, x plus 1 cubed. That's going to give me 2. It's going to give me x squared plus 2x minus x plus x plus 1 all over x plus 1 cubed. So I look, I see I have a 2 again. I see x minus 5 is common. The lowest degree is -1/2. I pull out x minus 5 to the -1/2. I'm going to use the brackets so I don't lose anything. 1/2 minus -1/2 is x minus 5 to the first. The 2 came out. The x minus 5 to the -1/2 came out. It leaves me with just x over x minus 5 to the first. That is 2. This is going to bump down to the 1/2. X minus 5, I'm going to write 1 as 2/2 just because it's easier to see. X minus 5 minus x is just -5. So I've got -10. X minus 5 to the -1/2 became positive. 1/2 plus 2/2 is x minus 5 to the 3/2.